in fairness, I'm glad that I'm no.
Okay, you've got four. One of you needs to go again.
My little TT races. Easier than hopscotch, pink non-top, not chases. Once my bike was hard to ride, but I didn't mind. Until I found they'd hitched to Sharaban's on behind. See the big jelly eyes, such a daring ride. I've got those kind of light eyes, shining laundry blue. He's got an naughty eye that flickers. You want to see it wobble when he's eyeing ladies' blouses, Mr. Wimp. I'm telling you, I've got those kind of light eyes.
Okay, the barriers are there for your safety and then for our safety as well. Okay, it does get noisy. War is loud. So there's going to be some blank ammunition going off, some louder than others. So just be mindful for children and pets as well. It does get loud. The other thing as well is there's going to be some pyrotechnics. So there's going to be some explosions in the centre. There's going to be some smoke as well. Okay, it's perfectly harmless, but you might just get some wafted in your face in this wind. Lytham is well known for its wind. Okay, and you might get a bit of dust knocking about with the vehicles because the ground's very, very dry. So just be mindful of that, especially you guys on the front row there. If it gets noisy, I know this sounds weird, but don't put your fingers in your ears. If you put your fingers in your ears, it creates a vacuum and it really hurts the inside of your head. Best thing to do is put your hands just in front of your ears and it deflects a lot of the vibrations. So don't cover your ears because you'll end up with that popping thing where you want to blow your nose and pop your head. So just keep your hands just side and it deflects quite a lot of it. Other than that, enjoy the next half hour. Germany have occupied most of Europe for the last 5 years. However, it's not all going Germany's way at the moment. Okay, since D-Day in June, the Allies have landed and they've made a slow but progressive advance across Europe. They've gone through France, Belgium, they've gone through Holland, and they're stuck at the Rhine, which is a massive river that runs between the Dutch and German border. To get to Germany, they've got to cross that Rhine. And that Rhine is surrounded by a series of bridges. And they've got to capture those bridges to get across. They don't want to destroy them. They've got to capture them so they can get across and get into Germany. These guns are 25-pounders. That doesn't mean the gun weighs 25 pounds. It means the round that it fires weighs 25 pounds. It's accurate up to about 20 miles and is used by the British Army right up to the early 70s, believe it or not. It's a very, very good field gun. And that provides support before all the troops move in. It can fire armour-piercing, high explosive, it can fire smoke rounds, and it's a very effective piece of kit. So following the barrage, what we're going to get next is a reconnaissance. unit. So any army, rather than sending all its troops into an unknown area to find out what's going on, will send a small unit called a reconnaissance unit or a recce unit. Small unit of vehicles to go into any village or town to find out what's in there. They are the eyes and ears of the unit. They will go in, see what they can see, and come out and let everyone know what's there, especially the commander. The commander won't make any move unless he's heard from the reconnaissance platoon. They will use a series of vehicles, ranging from jeeps, which are very lightweight, not cumbersome, fast, very manoeuvrable, so they can get out of trouble as quick as they got into it. So what we're going to have today is reenact parts of Operation Market Garden, which in September 1944 was the Allies' attempt to get into Germany via a series of bridges. These vehicles were very lightly armed because the idea was to keep it fast. At this stage, they're not sure where the Germans are. They know they're in the area, but they don't know exactly where they are. The reconnaissance group. So now we've got a contact now. They've found the Germans have found them, and they're making contact. So we've got a bit of a firefight going on now. Some of them have got a weapon called an STG-44, which is probably one of the first assault rifles. They've got heavy machine guns, MG-42s, belt-fed machine guns. And in the support role, they've got mortars. They've got 50mm mortars and 80mm mortars. Okay, so they've got some casualties there. They need to get that off the battlefield as soon as possible. Communicating with the aircraft to tell the aircraft where they want that fire support. So that pilot, if you look up, is basically going to see that yellow smoke and drop its ordnance where that smoke is. Okay, so let's see what damage that airstrike's done. Okay, British Airborne has sustained a lot of casualties there. It's had a bit of a hit. So they're going to reassess now, reassess the casualties, who's injured, who's dead, regroup. But the Germans are going to use this now as an advantage. They're going to use that now to advance. So what the Germans have done now is they've asked for some vehicle support. This vehicle now in front is an armoured vehicle called a 222. So German infantry are going to wait now for that vehicle to support to do its job. That and a 22mm cannon, the airborne have got it to do. It looks like the German armoured car's been hit by the 6-pounder. Okay, they've decided to advance now onto the airborne troops because they've had a bit of a battering. So they're going to do this advances now. They're going to move up into sections, weapons at the ready. They're not sure on that 6-pounder yet. Still a few British left. British are still taking casualties. Yep, airborne still taking casualties. Looks like the crew of the 6-pounder have been taken out. So this is the Germans' opportunity now to seize that position. Okay, the Germans are telling the survivors to get their hands up, but as you can see, the Germans are very cautious. They're not resting yet till they clear, make sure it's all clear. Looks like they've got a prisoner there, 2 prisoners. But they need to watch the prisoners. You never know what they're going to do. We've got a counter-attack now by the Allies. We've got some armour support from dingoes, and we've got some troop trucks bringing some new troops in. Communication is very important on a battlefield because you're all spaced out, it's all very noisy, it's all very smoky, and you can't see or hear a lot of things, so communication is very, very important. We've got a German officer who's got a paratrooper there captured. It looks like we've got members here of local militia and resistance forces who've come in to assist the airborne. We've got German mortar crew now firing. Looks like we've got an 80mm mortar. They'll be checking casualties. They'd also be checking for ammunition as well. Ammunition runs out very, very quick on a battlefield. The Germans are taking a few casualties. He's got an anti-tank weapon. And they're going to cover him while he uses that anti-tank weapon. Allies are moving up now for one last ditch attempt to have a go at these Germans. They're taking casualties though. from multiple directions now. What do the Allies do? Do they fall back and reassess? They're going to fall back, reassess, check their ammo, see what's going on, and see what they can do about this. The Germans are going to take the advantage and advance, so their commander wants them all to move up now and get advancing. Grenades are very good, not only for taking out positions, but they're also good to get an enemy that's hidden out of a position, because when the enemy's hidden and it sees a grenade, they will run from that position. So the Germans are checking the dead now. That's the end of our battle now. What's going to happen now is the Germans are going to reassess. They're going to check for intelligence. They're going to check for weapons, make sure who's dead and who's injured. Reassess, regroup. Thank you very much, everybody. Parade! Remove headdress. We will start 1 minute silence now. Everybody, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that.